If you're still using your debit card for everyday purchases, you better stop. I'm telling you, you better stop. You better stop right now. You better listen to how to. I'm telling you. Scamming is at an all-time high right now. And what I'm gonna do right now is go into detail to show you how dangerous it is for you to be doing this, all right? It's like playing in traffic, I promise you. So first and foremost, I know you heard about scamming and things of that nature, but you really don't understand the magnitude of what it becomes. These scammers put skimmers on so many different things that you use your cards for that is barely even noticeable. They put them on gas pumps, they put them on ATM machines, they use them at fast food restaurants and bars. It's actually pretty crazy, and you would never even pay attention. You would never even think that anything is actually different. And scammers are not dumb. They're not going to use your information the next day. You might not see anything happen for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, a few months more after that. That's how they actually get you. So with all that being said, you have to be some type of paranoid when using your actual debit card, because you have no help behind it if you actually get your card compromised. And I'm going to go into detail why and how. And before I continue to keep going with this video, make sure that you click the link in my bio and also in my descriptions if you need help with your credit to get it back on track to get that 800 that you need. I have ebooks, I have consultations, and I have super crazy credit boosters that will boost your credit for the cheapest price that you can. Click those links and go ahead and get started, all right? But back to the video. This goes to show you that the banks are not on your side when it comes to you using your debit card. Even with that being said, the issue gets worse. Check out these laws of when it comes to your credit card and your debit cards being compromised. So when it comes to your debit card, it falls under the Electronic Fund Transfer Act, stating you report the loss or theft of the card immediately and before any unauthorized charges are made. You are liable up to $50 if you notify the bank within 2 business days after you realize your card is missing. And you are liable up to $500 if you fail to notify the bank within 2 business days after you realize your debit card is missing. But do notify the bank within 60 days after your bank statements is mailed to you listing the unauthorized withdrawals. You see? Wonky, right? But I'm not done. Liable for unlimited if you fail to notify the bank within 60 days after your bank statements is mailed to you listing the unauthorized withdrawals. So with all that being said, with me reading the rules to you, it shows you with the debit card, you have to jump through hula hoops just to get the money returned back to your actual account. And there's no guarantee that it will actually get sent back to your account. That's weird all in itself. Like, you're liable up to 500, unlimited, things of that nature. If it's not returned, the withdrawals and everything, that is mind-boggling to me, because everybody uses their debit card for everyday purchases, and I promise you it's like playing with fire nowadays, because it's so easy for scammers to get your information, and then there's no guarantee that you get your money back. So let's talk about credit cards. The credit cards fall under the Fair Credit Billing Act. If the thief personally presents your card to make the purchase, the credit card issuer can't hold you liable for more than $50 in charges. If the thief stole the number but not the card, you have no liability. Just with that information alone, it shows you the difference between debit and credit card fraud is timing. You have to notify the bank about the debit card immediately, but with the credit card, you have up to 60 days, and depending on the type of fraud, you have no liability. So it seems like you're not pulling your hair out when you have an actual credit card, but with a debit card, you're actually praying to Jesus that everything can actually be reversed, and probably it won't be. Now keep in mind, credit isn't actually money and easy to dispute, but debit cards is connected to your actual money, and that's your responsibility to protect it. So for that reason, I don't use debit cards at all. Not even just for fraud, but there's no benefit behind it. And what I mean by no benefit, of course, when I use my credit card, every time I'm getting rewards and I'm getting points for using it. I'm basically getting a good job every time that I use my credit card. With a debit card, I don't get anything. So why would I use and do something that's so stupid that's gonna be a hindrance to me eventually? So of course, when I use my credit card, I get credit card points and I get rewards just for using it. It's basically telling you, good job for being a responsible adult. But with a debit card, I get none of that. The Only thing I get is a headache, and it's connected to actual money. And if something happens and I don't do it in a short amount of time, I'm never gonna see that money again. And it wasn't even my fault. So with that, people, please stop using your debit card. Throw it in your sock drawer, right? Go get your credit card and use it responsibly. Just think about everything I just said and then take all of that into consideration before you start using your debit card again. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Now stop using that stupid card, all right? Throw it away or cut it up. Use your credit card like a responsible adult, all right? And until next time, ladies and gentlemen.